Hello, hello. Hi, surrounded by perverts. Give me a second. Let me make sure. My stuff. Okay, good. Hi, happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. My teammate is tomorrow's his last day before sabbatical, and just a lot of things have hit our plate today in particular. So we'll see. You know, nothing that should stop my teammate and friend from going and living their life, enjoying their time. But it is just unfortunate. Basically, So, how can I explain this? Basically, a thing has gone wrong, and it's one of those things where, like, all of a sudden, a lot of people are complaining about it all at once, and so I say a lot, maybe like more than one person is complaining about the thing, but it's all happening around the same time, so it feels like it's a big deal, but it's not like, it's not like critical mass kind of level of problem. It just feels amplified. It's one of those things where it's like, yes, it's a problem, but it feels amplified because more than one person is talking about it. When honestly, it would be something that it's like, if this was happening every once in a while, like, it'd be like, oh, that's a problem, but we can fix it. But because, like, more than one person, yeah. The dominoes tipped. That's a good way to think about it too. All good. It's and like I said, I'm not upset at anybody. Like, I get why somebody would press the panic button. Admittedly, I have pressed the panic button before on things as well, and sometimes you're right to, and sometimes you're wrong. And I don't even want to say wrong. It's like sometimes you're right to press it, and sometimes like you'll be okay. So all right. Here we are back on Twitch to hang out with our mystical boyfriendos. Well, some of them are mystical. Most of them are mystical. So, all right. Let's see, on last week's episode, what happened? We fell in the river. We got discovered that we were a lady. And then we met long-haired fella in the middle. And a person that we thought was long gone, but he escaped around the same time we did. So, the ones we need to live out our power fantasy. Exactly. I mean, honestly, the only ones if I had to, let's see. I don't know if I could rank all. There's only one person that it's just like, nah, that ain't for me. And then there's another person that I'm like, could go either way. But then there's just the top three runners, right? Are the ones who are front and center really anyways. So the long-haired guy, bodyguard guy, and then king, Not these guys in the background. Definitely not the prime minister. That's not, that's not too, I don't know. He's too, you're not supposed to use, well, actually, somebody, he has leadership skills. We'll say it that way. He's bossy. All right. Click to start. All right. Looks like this one? 2044. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We were in a coma for a bit. You could boss me around anytime. Not that one. Yeah. Inside the hut, I anxiously walk in circles until my head starts to hurt and I begin to feel dizzy. The waning moonlight is faint, and the flickering candlelight irritates me. Actually, real quick, oopsie. Sorry, I pressed something. I need to check something real quick. I don't need to, but I'm thinking about it. Because the moon was so full yesterday, or full or new. It was very big and bright. And so I just wanted to see, when's the full moon? Full moon was yesterday. Okay. Yeah. It was the buck moon. In alignment with hunting seasons, I guess. Yeah. Buck moon. Buck moon. Buck moon. I've been listening to the silence of the courtyard since sundown. Mrs. Zhang left after washing the utensils. There are no masters or servants in this village, so she only comes to help when she's free. Yue looking out for us, yeah. It's getting late now, and yet there was no sign of Yi Guang. Something's not quite right. So Yi Guang is the long-haired fella. He's part of the Shi clan. And he's the one who gave us our talisman that's like doing good work for us. Fushai. That sound. Could it be Xiaozhang? So the girl that we are trying to save her life, she's like floating suspended in this room. I quickly take out the key only to find that there's no lock on the door and an ominous red glow can be seen coming through a large crack in it. Looking through the crack, I see the dagger swaying right above Xiaozhang's chest. The tip of its blade seems to be lowering bit by bit. Tatsuo, hi! You couldn't sleep? Well, hopefully, yeah, we can entertain you while you try to get back to Slumberland. Were they trying to lure Yi Guang just now by the riverbank? No, there's no time to waste. I cannot let that blade hurt Xiaozhang. A peal of eerie laughter resounds throughout the hut. The gems on the carved animal hilt of the dagger look alive and like real eyes. They seem to roll as they look right at me.
残生无念，生亦何欢？不如死了。
It's you again.
你谁也救不了，你连你自己都救不了。
Bummed that your streak is maintained by a shield for yesterday. You don't know how you let that happen. Oh, well, I mean, I can understand. You know, I get it. And, you know, but sometimes life just happens, you know? So it's nice that you got that little cushion for you. So just do double lessons today. And then it'll make up ground, you know? Get lost.
盼龙最长，苦苦家亡。
Tatsuo, 615. Way to go. Great job. Keep up the good work. Green Yoshi, hi. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. You have not missed much. We just started. I gave the recap last week. We met the final suitors. So all the guys on the cover, we have now met. And now we're kind of like in a weird situation. There's a person that we're trying to save. And she's kind of being like suspended by like magic. You know, to keep her in stasis. But now there's this like being in the room. So you want to poke his eyeball? No, surrounded by perverts. No. Let's see. You're good. I'm so glad to hear that, Green Yoshi. I'm doing all right too. I think yeah, I think I'm good. I found a lot of like I've been trying out some like recipes and stuff or I've been doing a lot of recon about recipes, but I think I'm gonna try and make some things to see how I do with them, you know, because one of the things I'm trying to like minimize right now, like I'm trying low FODMAP, and so FODMAP, this isn't what it stands for, but I'm making up an acronym. It's flavorful or delicious. I forgot what I said for map, but basically it's like missing, yeah, flavors or deliciousness missing, and pathetic. Something like that. FODMAP's pretty not super fun. Like, do you like garlic? Garlic's like on the no list for it's high in FOD, I guess. And so it's like, oh, garlic's so good though. But I found a workaround. So like garlic itself has a lot of like you know, whatever compound. But if you use like garlic infused oil that doesn't have garlic pieces in it, you can do that. And so it's a lot of flavor. So yeah. So anyways, so there was just some things that I was just like, oh man, I really want blah blah blah, and it's just like, okay, how do I make a tzatziki sauce that is like, tzatziki is like so much garlic. I think it's cucumber, yogurt, garlic, and that's what makes it very good. And I can do it with garlic oil and not garlic. So and then yeah, just other things like that where it's just like, oh, how would I go about this? Yeah. Alrighty. Let's listen to what the eyeball has to say to us. What? The red light coming from the room is getting more and more intense. The gems that are like eyes melt under the red light and drop down the dagger like blood. The blood-like liquid drips onto Xiao Zhang's body and turns into flames. The beautiful mage, the sacred dagger, the hut, everything is going up in flames. It's an eyeball, not a mouth. We don't have to listen to what it says. Maybe it's like, it's doing like Morse code with its eyeballs. It's like blink, blink, close, blink, blink, blink. Something like that? Perhaps. Huh? The chilly night wind makes me shiver as I stare at the hut in front of me. Its doors are locked and nothing seems out of place. I slap myself. I seem to be awake. Was that just a dream? Just now? Worried, I take the keys hanging at my hip and go into the hut to see Xiao Zhang. What? The dagger that is pointing at her chest suddenly bursts into flames. Xiao Zhang and the dagger start to shake. Xiao Zhang struggles while dangling in midair, then falls to the floor with a loud thud. Her body's now tangled up in the strings like a wooden puppet, and it twists her in the most unnatural ways. The strings cut into her soft white flesh, making her bleed. She whimpers as she struggles. No way. If this continues, Xiao Zhang will die. Xiao Zhang, I'm coming. Don't move. Trying to endure the pain from the sacred seal, I start to pull on the intertwining silver strings with my bare hands. Every one of them cuts deep into my palms, like a knife, until my hands are in shreds. I need to cut the strings. Why not use the dagger that's on fire? I watch the dagger hanging in front of me as it starts to quiver and emit a cold light. If you really are a sacred artifact that's meant to protect her, then let me use you to save her. I must save her before I collapse from the pain. Hi-ya! Ooh. Was that an explosion? One second. I need to open the door. didn't realize the door had closed behind me. I want Mochi to be able to walk in and out freely. Okay, let me use you. Where am I? Chapter 5. Wow. Oh man, we were so close last time. I was like, I don't know. But okay. The earth belongs to the living, and everything deep beneath it belongs to the dead. As souls cross the river Styx, they belong to the underworld. Stream over. Well, it'll be over at, I think we have to stop at chapter 10, as per the rules. Let me double check that. I think Vow to My Liege said. Vow to My Liege. How many chapters can you stream? I want to say it's 10. That's the, yeah. Oh, you can stream all of them now. No restrictions, as the developers officially removed all streaming and video sharing limits for the content past Chapter 10. Psych! Alright, cool. No limits. We'll be able to finish. At least one of the routes, hopefully. The vow that the ancestors of the King of Ung made with the dragon god was indeed to give their bodies and souls to him. But it said nothing on the deep pain of being swallowed, nor that they would dissolve into the nothingness. I never thought I'd have the chance to go to the underworld when I died. Too bad they don't welcome new residents, as their city gates are tightly closed. What? Let me see that. What's that? I never thought that I'd have the chance to go to the underworld when I die. Well, that's what happens when you die. You go to the underworld. Alright, so great is the number of decaying corpses and skeletons that they are like waves of a turbulent river as they crash non-stop against the city gates. Their cries and wails rise up incessantly. There seems to be fire and black smoke outside of these gates, but I cannot smell anything. Why does the underworld resemble a battlefield? A thunderous roar pierces the red sky as a fierce and gigantic monster with the face of a man and the body of a goat comes charging at the city gates. His whole body emits an evil aura. He causes bits of brick and dust to fly everywhere, but the city gates do not budge. The impact does not even cause a crack as the endless city walls stands there motionless. The monster roars at the sky. 2 balls of flame appear from the top of the wall and push back the creature. It appears that the 2 balls of flame are actually 2 big golden red birds. One of the birds has a rider on it.
饕餮，你休想进入！
The monster lifts its weird and terrible man-like face as its monstrous roar turns into a ghastly human voice.
等你肉身死掉，无力断绝，剑魂也自然是神君的。
Could this be? A malicious gust of wind comes at me from behind, but I manage to dodge it. Somehow, I feel something slice the back of my hand, like a rusty sword's edge. The perpetrator of the sneak attack is a corpse dressed in tattered armor. His skin is deathly pale and decaying, while his movements are sluggish and unnatural. Why is someone trying to kill me when I'm already dead and at the gates of the underworld? I try to find a weapon, but all I can see is a scorched and barren land with nothing on it but smoke, sand, and huge piles of corpses that are as tall as mountains. Is this really the legendary underworld? I dodge to the side as the undead man, who looks like he's about to collapse, jumps up and comes at me with his sword. Yay! Bodyguard Boyfriendo is back. Why is he in the underworld? Thank you. Chen Feng? I look at the person who cuts the undead man in half. Although he isn't far away, a cloud of sand that blows in the wind obscures his face. But that figure is clearly...
魂龟！
The voice is loud and clear, and as soon as it speaks, a large pale green fish leaps up from the ground at my feet. It rolls me up in its long tail and swims high into the sky. Wait, Cheng Feng, he... The scene from the underworld disappears, but... Ah! Why is he, like, twirling his hair? It's just like... I was just thinking, like, maybe we should, we should go out or something. That's what he looks like. Pain. Terrible pain. The sacred seal on my chest hurts like it's tearing at my flesh. The pain this time is very unusual. A strong smell and taste of blood is spreading through my mouth like something that is growing and is about to burst forth. We should hang out. The feeling of a clear stream seems to flow from my forehead and gushes into my body. It gradually stops the pain. I open my eyes to see Yi Guang stretching his arm out with 2 fingers pressed against my forehead. A pale green glow can be seen where his fingers are touching me. Thank you. I'm fine now.
你这样有多久了？
Carrie! Yeah. The game does not have that rating that I know of, but yeah. It's not, what's the thing? The 1,000 years of pain that Naruto does. Yeah. Hi, Carrie! Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. You, on the other hand. It's like the little game that kids, like, Japanese kids play where they, like, make a gun with their fingers. Like a double gun. And then they poke each other in the butt. Through their pants. Don't worry. It's just kids. Being kids. Howdy! No, he's just twirling his hair like, I was just thinking about ya. What you thinking? How long have you had this? Oh, he asked me. After I inherited the sacred seal that you gave me. This would happen occasionally. But it started becoming more frequent a year ago. That sounds like harassment. I mean, it is a level of harassment. It's usually just little, like, there's little kids that usually do it. Little boys that mostly do it to other little boys, So, and giggle about it. Like, my friend taught kindergarten, and that was like a big thing. You are just got home from work, to get in the shower and take a nap. Nice. Or to go to the tea bar. Ooh. Let's see, order of operation. I feel like if you're gonna go to if you look cute and you're gonna go to the tea bar, now's the time. Because if you take a shower and a nap, that might turn into a sleep. Maybe. But then again, if you do the tea, you might not get the nap later. Because the caffeine. Depends on what kind of tea you get. Herbal tea? Suddenly, I feel like something is not right and tear open my clothes. I'm too shocked to say anything. Meanwhile, guy's like, oh my gosh. Just twirling his hair like, oh my gosh. Tea bars, open till midnight, so you've got time. Okay. The 5-petal marking of the seal was originally bright red, but now one of the petals has turned black, like a rotting lump of clotted blood. Oh. Decay. Get the sacred seal to turn 1 petal black. Okay. I did it. Well? I wonder if it's like Beauty and the Beast, where Beast has that like rose that's like losing petals over time. And it's like, oh, if you don't, you know, heal me with the power of true love, then I'll die. Maybe something like that. How much time do I have left?
我不知道。
Don't know. You were part of the Shi clan that held the position of head priest in Ng for generations. I pull on Yiguang's sleeve. The taste of blood is getting stronger.
历代仙王死因皆不相同，神盟一变化也没有规律可循。
I cannot die. We cannot die yet. If the dragon god obtains our soul, he could break out of the ding. Yiguang pulls me into a strong embrace. Woo! I realize that my hands are trembling terribly. Then a drop or two starts trickling down my cheeks, and soon, before I know what is happening, my whole face is covered in tears.
我不会让你死的。
If the beast does not learn to love and be loved in return before the last petal falls, they will be transformed forever. Hug time! Yeah!
若问我对过去5年有什么悔恨，我应该留在你身边。
Yeah, man, you coulda said something. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. What nonsense. At that time, I did not have the power to protect him. But... Yiguang, I don't want to die. I really don't want to die.
我知道，我一定会让你活下去的。我会治好烧姜，也会想办法阻止神盟印恶化。相信我。
His voice is very good. I feel like I am... Like, when I first saw... Like, I don't know. Maybe some of the pictures I've seen of him, I was just kind of like, we'll see. Like what he looks like in Steam Store. I was like, that's not really my aesthetic, but he looks better. He looks better here. And his voice, top tier.
嘘，睡吧。我在这里一直陪着你。
I wonder if he's famous. Like, I wonder what else he's done. Let me look. I want to look now. If because he reminds me of like, and this, I'm not trying to. It sounds similar to like one of the guys in Link Click, and I don't know if it's because I like Link Click so much that I'm like just trying to find patterns anywhere. But like, voice actor. My vow to my liege. Yiguang. Okay. Liu Lifeng. What else has he done? What else has Liu Lifeng. Lifeng Lu, actor. Let's see. Let's see. Some things I don't know. I'm not familiar, but he's a very good voice. A gentle tune plays softly in my ears. Ooh, it's cherry blossoms. That means love. Ever since he was young, Yiguang has always been able to sing. He can even make serious and monotonous chants sound like the sweet songs of nature. Makes me think in Cinderella, where one of the sisters, maybe Anastasia, is like, sweet, sweet nightingale. Ah! It's really bad. I hope he's singing like that. Although I don't know what song he's singing now. It sounds so melodious and contemplative, as if he were longing for someone. I think back to the days when we were at the Ng Palace by the river, with the beautiful and gentle head priest and priestess, and my 3 older brothers. The birds are not helping with those chores, right? They're like, we can't fly and cover our ears at the same time. We should let bygones be bygones, as Yiguang once said. However, this song reminds me of those beautiful times when I could still sleep in peace. Yiguang, too, has never forgotten those times. I wake up just as dawn is breaking. I find Yiguang leaning against the headboard of my bed in a sitting position, with eyes closed as if in a trance. It looks like he has kept his word and kept me company the whole night. There are thousands of things going through my mind right now, like, what are the countermeasures that we need to take going forward? And what of my approaching death? In the end, I just lie awake in bed, trying to trace the lines of this beautiful person's face that seemed to glow under the morning sunlight. How I wish time would just stop right now.
醒了。
Yiguang opens his eyes and looks alert. Did you not get any sleep last night?
睡了一会儿。来，阿忠嫂做了新鲜的咸肉粥，趁热吃。
Alright, the hair twirling is cute, but it's getting... Although I have no appetite, I don't want to waste Mrs. Zhong's efforts, so I force down the bowl of porridge, spoon by spoon. The porridge is fragrant and delicious. It's been boiled to a smooth consistency, together with salted meat and fresh vegetables, and it leaves a warm feeling in my tummy as I drink it down. It makes me feel so alive.
好吃吧？
I nod my head. The despair that I feel is being washed away.
先生吃炸虾了，说我自己钓的。
阿牛，你给我回来！对不住啊，先生，他吵着你们说话了。
诶，这个新来的哥哥怎么又受伤了？
The village child eyes my wounded hands with curiosity. Suddenly, I hear a clatter from outside the door as 5 or 6 heads pop into view. Some are old and some are young, but they all startle me as they start to titter.
阿婶阿婆们，来都来了，进屋坐坐吧。
The children rush in with glee as they take a seat on my bed, and the ladies shuffle in behind them as they smile bashfully at me.
大家就是想看看有没有什么能帮忙的。小哥，有事尽管叫我啊。
That's the truth. They just want to know, are you single? Are you single? What kind of girls do you like? Are you married? Thank you, Mrs. The porridge that you made was really delicious.
阿忠嫂的手艺是越来越好了，有你帮忙，药方都能少开几天了。
Mrs. Zhang would. Mrs. Zhang's... Oh, yeah. Her cookie skills are getting better and better.
哎呀，先生你真会说话，老婆子、小孩子，还有谁是你哄不笑的？
老阿公呗。
嘿，混小子，你给我闭嘴！小哥啊，西子医术好，人也好，你就安心将小妹交给他治，自己多歇着啊。
Yes, I will do as you say, Mrs.
好好好，阿姐下午给你烧鱼吃。大伙儿，咱也别吵着小哥休息了，走吧走吧。
The villagers express their well wishes before filing out of the hut. Now there's just Yiguang and I. The lively atmosphere seems to linger as Yiguang leans lazily against the bed. He's clearly enjoying the moment.
村里的大家很能闹腾吧？
It's all good.
想当年我和大佬初到村中，也是多亏了他们的照顾。这些年来，我没有什么可以回报，只能用阿爹教我的那点皮毛给大家看看病。没想到，居然被当成了名医，倒是错有错着了。
I think everyone likes you for who you are, and not just your good doctoring skills.
也对，反正巫术在这里也没什么用，我就用来变戏法了，大受好评呢。
As I gaze at Yiguang's kind and pleasant smile, I finally come to the clear revelation that he and I have long drifted apart. Our childhood years had been left at the bright and beautiful Palace by the river as time, like that river, flows continuously forward. Yiguang has a happy life here, and that's enough. We will wait for Xiaozhang to get better, and then we will watch you to perform.
承蒙不弃。
Now, let's talk about something more serious. Last night, in my unconscious mind, I went to a place that was dangerous and strange, like the underworld. There, I heard your voice as a big fish pulled me out. That was not a dream, was it? Yiguang nods with a serious expression on his face.
大鱼是鱼玉的玉魂，我感觉到鱼玉有异样赶了回来。看到你满手血抱着少将，还神魂离体闯进了血迹阵，便马上驱使玉魂带你出阵。
You could go for some fish dinner? Yeah, me too. I've had a hankering for poke. I think I might do poke tomorrow. That'll be my dinner for me. Am I doing something? Oh yeah, I think I'd like to yap tomorrow too. So I'll do Study Buddy's lunch, and then later on that evening, I will do a yap. So, because I have some stories to tell. So, yapping time. But that doesn't mean I still can't get poke. Poke and yap. Yap poke. Yap poke! You're gonna be getting brown rice in your poke to eat healthier? Nice, nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna get, yeah. This place is pretty hoity-toity. And they have lobster as an option. Not like a whole lobster, like shredded lobster, but probably, yeah. But it's still lobster. All the sushi you ate in Japan was made with brown rice. Very nice, very nice. The human sacrificial array? I think back to the corpses on that barren land outside the city gates and that familiar figure. I suddenly feel the color drain from my face. Did you find Shen Fang yesterday? I saw him in the human sacrificial array. Yiguang is also shocked at the news.
没有，龙神信徒应该没抓到他。
What happened? He just disappeared for no reason. Describe to me in detail what happened last night. Feeling anxious, I take a deep... Okay. It just looks like a glitch. Feeling anxious, I take a deep breath and start telling Yiguang about everything that happened last night, leaving nothing out. Starting from the time I had to cut the silver strings to save Xiaozhang, until the point when I managed to escape from the human sacrificial array. All the while, Yiguang paces silently in front of the bed as he listens attentively. Sushi sounds good. All you can eat sushi sounds good. I've made so I have to stop taking any like probiotics in order to take my test next week, my SIBO test. So in order to not forget, I just hid my medicine. That'll work. So, but I really want, like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do like a clean slate, at least 24 hours before my test. But I think I got time to like get some sushi in my belly, some sashimi in my belly. Yeah, I'll go the all-you-can-eat route because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to do that. Even though I really cannot eat all that I can eat or that I would want to eat. And that is what happened. The voice of the person riding on the back of the bird sounded like a girl. Could it have been Xiaozhang? She seemed to be preventing the Tao Tai from breaking down the city gates and entering. My belly craves the sashimi! Indeed, indeed. What I really want, though, is, like, seafood buffet. But there's not any good ones where I'm at. Like, the real legit ones, Las Vegas. Those have been the best ones. It's true. Like, I was looking, I've been getting ads because I think, because my phone is listening in, it knows that I want, like, crab, and so all these, like, ads for, like, you know, a group that's like, you could buy so much crab from us, and, like, it probably is a good deal if you're paying, like, you know, regular market prices for, like, crab and stuff like that, but it's still pretty pricey. Like, some of it is just like, oh, you could get like 5 pounds of this, you know, very legit crab, already peeled, you know, and you get it for like, you know, $400, and it's like, yeah, like, I almost feel like, listen, I feel like I've seen some really cheap flights to Vegas, so, like, I think it would still be cheaper, like, it could be cheaper for me to fly to Vegas, eat all the crab that I want somewhere, and then come back. Honestly. But it would not be convenient. Yeah. It sucks that we get advertised too via spyware. I agree. But I think that there's, like, been a big lawsuit, or, like, I think that there's a class action lawsuit about that. Let me see. Class action lawsuit, phone listening in. Let's see. Apple agreed to a $95 million settlement over the, I don't want to, I don't have it activated. Siri accidentally listening in and sharing data. Google agreed to pay $68 million settlement regarding Google Assistant falsely activating and recording audio without the hot word. Both companies denied wrongdoing, but settled to resolve the litigation. Yeah, a likely story, guys. A likely story, conglomerates. You're right.
我也这样认为。我曾仔细看过忽悠少江的神剑，剑上刻画了南方朱雀镇压凶兽饕餮的纹样。那2只大鸟，应该是化身为朱雀的剑魂。传说中，饕餮是他的宿敌，龙神信徒，也许是借饕餮之形与剑魂相斗，以遏制神剑的神力。
When I recall the dagger's glinting eyes and the malicious aura, I can only nod my head in agreement. Then what was the big city that the Phoenix and Shaoxiang were protecting?
难说。阵中所呈现的景象都是巫力的具现化，可能出于少江，布阵者。
So seeing Cheng Fang there could have just been a projection conjured from my mind.
有可能。你关心则乱，故有所见。意念瞬息万变，你的神魂能直接入阵见到异象，已经是万分难有其一的运气了。
But I didn't do anything. I look at my hands that are covered in bandages and suddenly come up with an answer. Could it be my blood? When I went to grab the dagger, my hands were bloodied and raw. And it is possible that my blood had mixed in with Shaoxiang's.
也许啊，历代吴王身上的神盟印承担着与龙神盟誓的阵法，龙神信徒之力也源自龙神，神盟印与血祭阵自然便是同源。
Which is why my blood allows me to enter and exit the magical array. Yi Guang frowns in disapproval as he grows aware of what I'm thinking of doing.
莫想着要入阵救人，只怕会得不偿失。
Why?
你能入阵，是因为龙神的力量，这很有可能是使神盟印恶化的原因。不要再贸然加深你与龙神的联系。
But this is urgent. The Dragon God's followers keep invoking the magical array to attack. Shaoxiang's and even Shen Fang's life may be in danger.
那么你呢？你的命呢？
I'm well aware of the price of being the king of See, I like this pose. He's not twirling his hair. Yiguang suddenly raises his voice. It seems like he's really angry this time. How can I not see how concerned he is for me? But I need to press on. Neither of us are willing to be the first to relent. Yiguang looks at me as the expression in his clear eyes gradually becomes sorrowful.
你看着我的眼睛告诉我，你真的不在乎。我说过我会救你，你不再信我了吗？
I believe him. Of course I believe him. Just as Popo believed in all her future possibilities, in the end, they did not come to pass. I don't want to be as helpless as I was 5 years ago. I want to live, to truly live, even if it means that I need to gamble with my life. Yiguang, I believe in you, but I'm no longer the Popo who was unable to save you. Yiguang gives a long sigh.
我明白了，但我希望你能答应我，不到最后一步，你不会以身犯险。记得孙武先生对我们说过的话吗？知己知彼，百战不殆。且让我先去摸清那帮龙神信徒的情况。我已经知道他们如何催动血祭阵，也许很快就能找到稳当的破阵之法。
But there's no need for you to entangle yourself with the Dragon God.
我永远是你的朋友，赌命亦要做个聪明的赌徒，不要拒绝任何你能得到的帮助。
After everything is said and done, I'm still the one troubling you. Yiguang flicks my forehead. I got flicked in the forehead a lot, or like bonked. I don't know. Yiguang?
刚刚那话我不爱听，换一个。
These are cute. Thank you? He laughs as he lowers his hand.
不谢，因为在我回来之前，你要帮我看顾好祝罗村的乡亲们。
You are so sly. Fine, it's a deal, but you need to return my sword to me.
我藏起你的佩剑作甚？恐怕丢在沼泽了。我这有割草的镰刀，你要不将就一下
Yiguang laughs out loud. He's always been so carefree. But I have to admit, his carefree personality is very infectious, and I find myself laughing with him. For just one brief moment, I feel like we've gone back in time. But I know the truth. My early years at the Ung Palace by the river are no more. Morning comes and Yiguang departs yet again, and I await his return. I remain in the hut as I wait for any news of him, and the anxiety in my heart, like the waves on a stormy sea, grows higher the longer I wait. Thankfully, Mrs. Zhong, who comes to check up on me, is a chatterbox who would talk about anything and everything under the sun. She is a welcome distraction. What you find? What you chewing on, matey? She's sleeping in her, or laying in her little bed. Oh, you're so cute. Yeah. So cute. Let me take a picture of you, and then I'll share it with the group later. Who's my cutie? Cutie. I'm just licking the bed. Mochi! But it's only halfway through dinner that this peaceful time draws to an abrupt halt. I stop with my chopsticks in midair as I stand up from the table.
小哥
Did you hear that? I just heard a horse neigh. Yes, Mochi's being a good baby. She behaves very sweet. I have a little dog bed here in the office, and she's just coming in and just, getting comfy in it. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, my beauty. My beauty. So cute. They'll be happy to see that picture.
马，我们村子里只有驴子呀，这么晚，
是
I strain my ears and hear a group of horsemen. Something is not right. Grabbing the sickle by the door, I rush outside. I reach the village entrance by the river. There are already quite a few villagers that have gathered around them with curiosity. It shocks them to see me coming running with the sickle as they make way for me. Only one man gets off his horse and with long strides walks towards me.
我回来了。
Hi, Shu. Why have you been gone for so many days?
快来帮忙！
Why are you also here?
我正回来，在路上遇见的，有几个人受伤了，我正要把陈峰带回我家。
Cheng Feng. Yiguang and Gozhan help a person dismount. It's Chen Feng. I look at him in shock. Chen Feng's eyes are tightly closed. He has lost all consciousness. The wounded people in civilian clothes are the men from the royal guards that were on the ship when we got separated. How did he end up like this?
我离开那晚，在入吞的路上遇到他们。那时陈峰已经是这个样子了，其他人也受了伤，据说是被龙神信徒一直追击。
大哥，我们在关城等不到您，只好擅自来村子找您。岂料那些人从背后偷袭，还骗咱们说您已经死了。
What nonsense! How could you believe their lies?
陈峰大哥他本来不信的，可对方却拿出了您的佩剑，之后不知道对方用了什么妖法，结果就……
The soldier then hands a long sword over to me. It is indeed my sword. To think that something I had dropped in the swamp could be used like this. The followers are truly insidiously cunning.
我们人多，又要躲着信徒追击，所以耽误了好几天。倒是又给村里人添麻烦了。
你的决断没错，村子周围有守护阵，龙神信徒没法追进来。但陈峰的腹部受了箭伤，而且，快把他搬去我的地方治疗。
Oh, BB has gut issues like me. Different gut issues, but gut issues. Yiguang seldom looks so serious. I quickly follow after Yiguang and the others with my heart stuck in my throat. There's a faint smell of blood in the air. I stare at Shengfeng's pale face as Yiguang examines him. Gozhan keeps looking worriedly at me. My face may be pale as Cheng Fang's, but I don't have the luxury to worry about those things. How is Cheng Fang? Relatable. Yeah.
他的箭伤不伤及要害，我已重新包扎妥当。不过，他神魂离体，你在血祭阵中看到的，恐怕就是本人。
Those damn followers again. Yiguang nods. Damn it! What do those bastards want?
他们想要神剑和女公子。
I swiftly turn around and glare at Gozhan. How do you know?
我们从龙神信徒手中救回陈峰时，那个首领放话说，让夫差交出神剑和少将，我们放人。
Oh, okay. That's pretty, yeah. Hello, my little panic attack. Welcome! Hi. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. We are just doing My Vow to My Liege. We are, we're on chapter 5. And, yeah. I'm good. How are you doing? Yeah, we are, we've met all the potential love interests. And, that I know of. Unless there's a secret one. And, yeah. And our bodyguard boyfriend has gotten hurt, so we need to help him. But yeah, he's not pictured. This is our childhood friend and a king of a neighboring village, town, kingdom. Yeah, currently in sober living. All right, sounds good.
当时我不明白是什么意思，还以为他们在虚张声势。
Ignoring the pain from the wounds on my hand, I clench my fist and slam it down on the table. My seething anger threatens to consume me like the fires of hell.
血祭阵究竟是怎么一回事？信徒他们到底要做什么？
How would I know what evil schemes they're devising in their minds? But the sacred dagger that Xiaozhang has is an incredibly strong artifact, and the followers are probably aiming for its power. I think I've made a blood pact with it, though. True story. I briefly tell him about what happened these past few days, but leave out the part where the sacred seal and or about the sacred seal and things related to it. When I'm done, Gozhan frowns with a troubled look.
杀了女公子就能毁巫气邦交，得到神剑能巫力大增，好一条一石二鸟的毒计。
Aju, the Dragon God's followers have nothing to do with you, so you don't have to embroil yourself in this affair.
事到如今，我哪能袖手旁观？更别说这几天的追击战中，龙神信徒恐怕已经记住我了。
The Dragon God followers? I hate them to the point of grinding my teeth. Gozhan and I look behind us to see Yi Guang pressing 2 fingers to Cheng Feng's forehead with a very serious look on his face. The reason why he had been remaining silent just now is because he was using his magic to search for Cheng Feng's soul. Don't tell me, Cheng Feng is...
神魂尚在，但已变得虚弱。陈峰既无巫力，更没神剑护体，再滞留在血迹阵中的话，我怕会魂飞魄散。
His soul will disappear? Suddenly, my legs give out from under me. Luckily, Gozhan catches me in time.
冷静，依我看，现在优势在我们这方。
The advantage? Where is the advantage? Those bastards are using Cheng Feng's life to threaten me.
他们为什么要多此一举拉陈峰入阵？这难道不正是事情的转机吗？
越王的意思是，陈峰只是诱饵。
正是。依我推测，龙神信徒本来志在必得，假以时日，终能耗尽女公子魂力，达成目的。岂料西子插手相助，逆转了战事，他们才急了。你可千万别咬下这诱饵，否则就要上钩了。
Are you telling me to sacrifice Cheng Feng's life?
我是在建议你安兵不动，有西子在，女公子破阵指日可待。届时敌人的诡计不攻自破，你怎
But Cheng Feng might not even last another hour. I tear away my arm from that Gozhan is holding. Gozhan must not have expected me to object so strongly as his face falls.
大王是吴国国君，难道不知孰轻孰重？
My boyfriend! You're out. Gozhan, you're out. You're good looking, but you're out.
够了。
Yi Guang stands between Gozhan and I as he reaches out and places his hand on my shoulder to give it a comforting squeeze.
越王的话句句在理，却未免太不近人情。陈峰是我们2人的童年玩伴，我们不可能见死不救。
Voted out on the reality show, yeah.
先生既是为怀，却不谙权谋诡计。难道你以为把女公子和神剑交出去，龙神信徒就会信守承诺吗？
He does not get a rose on the Bachelorette show.
自然不会。少江是我的病人，我也不会让他重落歹人之手。
这也不成，那亦不可。先生顺心太久了，只怕今日就要做个取舍。
I'm not going to choose. Yi Guang, if you have found a spell that will break their magical array, please tell us.
我今天已寻出布阵人，将他击杀，即可强行破阵。但这样做，恐伤少江与陈峰的神魂。
Continue.
不在血迹阵完全消失前把他们的神魂带出，散逸的魂力也引不回来了。
I understand. I'll go into the magical array to save them.
就算我不懂巫法，也听得出这事有多危险。你不要命了
Of course not, but I'm determined to do this. One sec, I gotta get a sip of water. Okay. Look at this.
先生也同意帮他做这种荒唐事。
Guang, it is impossible for you to deal with the caster while at the same time rescuing Shengfeng and Xiaozhang. This is our only option now, and it is absolutely necessary.
哈，可笑我满腔赤诚，出谋献计，反倒落了个吃力不讨好的恶名。
Aishu, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. But I'm no longer willing to let anyone, especially those damn followers, control my destiny. I'm not only the king of Ung, but also Lolly, and I will save both Xiaozhang and Shengfeng. Guozhang and Yiguang are both wide-eyed in amazement. Shortly after, Yiguang starts to laugh.
这副模样，倒是我所认识的那个你。
既然如此，那就事不宜迟。先生去击杀布阵人时，我也去和虎贲卫一起守好村子。大家伤得不重，还能战斗。
多谢越王，还是你想的周到。
不用谢，祝罗村也是我越国地界，国君保护自己的臣民，天经地义。
If it was not for saving Xiaozhang and Shengfeng, Zhulu village would not be suffering like this.
在乱世里，哪都没有绝对的平安可言。这也是一场战争。
You have a point. Let's win this war. Yeah! Go! Let's get pumped. Everybody put your hands in. 1, 2, 3, go! I take a deep breath of refreshing mountain air. The cold air helps to calm the beating of my heart. The long and arduous night looms closer.
鄙人西施，受吴王之命前来回话。
人和剑可都带来了。
We will win this war with the power of love and incredible violence and friendship!
这里只有杀你之人，斩你之剑。
Ooh, boss, Yiguang.
哈哈哈哈！就算你杀了我，破阵之时，那两人也会神魂俱灭，你谁都救不了的。
救不救得了，是我说了算。滚！
A loud sound of falling water, like a waterfall, suddenly disrupts the silence of the night. The battle has started. It's my turn now. Friendship is witchcraft. There is something magical about it, it's true. I kneel between Shengfeng and Xiaozhang. It wasn't long ago that we moved Shengfeng into Xiaozhang's hut and wound the silver string that is around Xiaozhang's to the wrist of Shengfeng and mine as well. At the other end of the string is the sacred phoenix dagger that hangs in the middle of the room.
记得戏子的话，尽量减少在血祭阵里的时间。
I won't.
一找到人就马上呼唤先生，让鱼的御魂把你们带回来。
I will.
我出去和虎贲卫做准备了。
Ashu, thank you for everything that you've done for me. Gozhan turns his head as he exits through the door. I cannot see his face clearly as the shadow from the flickering candlelight obscures it.
你一定要活着回来。
I will. I still need to send you back to Yue. I smile at him. My Little Pony fans might know what you mean. Oh, I see. With a bite to my fingertip, I draw blood and smear it over the silver string around my wrist and amulet. The precious stone and the phoenix dagger that hangs in the middle of the room glows red. A cold feeling creeps up my arm and onto my chest as the sacred steel there starts to hurt. Success! My soul is now back in the human sacrificial array. Buy some apples, yeah. Chapter 6. Wow, okay. Do we keep going. We did a whole chapter. I don't know if I could do a whole nother chapter. Let's just get a little further. Let's just see. My soul enters the human sacrificial. Maybe we'll do just a little bit more. We probably won't finish this chapter, but we'll do a little bit more. My soul enters this human sacrificial array once again. A big pale green fish swims in the air around me. The spirit of the amulet really does follow the flow of my blood. Although the chaotic scene of war on this scorched land before me is the same as before, the Tao Tai that is charging at the city gates seems to have grown even bigger, and now his whole body seems to be in the perpetual flames of evil aura. One of the phoenix is left half hanging on the city wall. Its once beautiful feathers is now eaten by the evil aura. The other phoenix circles above the Tao Tai, waiting to attack. Xiaozhang, can you hear me? Shang Fang! The battle continues on, even though the corpses that were once attacking the city gate now lie in heaping piles outside of it. Limbs that have not been completely shattered crawl out from the pile of corpses and continue to join the army of the undead to charge fruitlessly at the city gates. Using my hands and feet, I climb up to the very top of the mountain of corpses. But the city walls and gates are too big, and this mountain of corpses that I'm standing on feels more like an anthill. Xiaozhang! Shang Feng! I keep calling out their names repeatedly, but there's no response. A corpse catches hold of my ankle, and being unprepared, I fall down. At that same time, with a wave of his hand, the Tao Tai leveled the mountain of corpses, sending the shattered limbs and me into the air.
抓住我！
Oh, she's cute! A fiery red phoenix swoops down as its rider reaches out, takes hold of my hand, and lifts me onto the bird's back. I look at the girl before me. Snowy white skin with beautiful features. Who else could this be if not Xiaozhang?
吴少君，你怎么会在这里啊？
We're here to bring you out of the magical array. You know us?
我在吴宫见过你啊。哎，这条大鱼是？
The big fish swims in the air next to the phoenix as it gently nuzzles my hand.
此鱼非凡物，莫非少君就是一直给我喂养巫力和引魂的高人？
No, this big fish was given to me by that expert mage as a protective amulet. He's currently helping us on the outside.
抓紧！
Saying this, the Tao Tai gives a roar that surprises us as the phoenix makes a sharp turn in midair. The sudden shift in direction makes me dizzy. Hidden in a thick fog of evil aura lies the Tao Tai, watching me with a pair of bloodshot eyes as he awaits. What's the eye of Sauron? Sauron.
这只死心不息的蠢羊！
The huge monstrosity that has a face of a man but a body of a goat gives a long, loud, angry roar. Xiaozhang urges the phoenix to dodge left and duck right as it rushes up the tall city walls. She then drops me off at the top of it.
这里比较安全，少君先在这躲躲。
Before I can say anything, Xiaozhang commands the phoenix as she sits on to fly straight for the outer walls of the city. I rush to the parapet to see the Tao Tai's claws embedded into the door, leaving deep gouges in it. The phoenix raises its gorgeous flames as it attacks the Tao Tai's eyes, but the evil aura blocks its attack. The Tao Tai continues to charge at the city gates. What actually are these city gates that the Tao Tai wants to so desperately break into? I look around in confusion. On the other side, within the city gates, I notice a thick fog gathering. Behind the city gates seems to be a large city hidden in the fog. This big city seems to be surrounded on all four sides by tall city walls and an imposing city gate. On the wall to the left seems to be two beasts engaging in battle. Through the thick fog, I'm barely able to make out that one of them seems to be a fierce tiger. The wall to the right is silent, but I can see something big and oval-shaped. Would not want to be surrounded by that. Surrounded by fog? You'd rather be surrounded by perverts than surrounded by fog. This is too strange. What could it be? I rub my eyes. Am I imagining it?
少君，
Boyfriend! I whip my head around. Chang Feng! Seeing Chang Feng unharmed, I happily rush towards him, only to hear a thud as he falls to his knees to prostrate himself before me.
臣奉护卫不力，替少君责罚。
We'll talk about that later, sir. Let's get out of here. What nonsense are you talking about? Get up! You saved us once when we were outside the city walls. That is also your achievement. Surrounded by perverted fog. Is that like, there's that perverted fog in Game of Thrones. I did not watch a lot of Game of Thrones, but I saw that one. Or I saw that scene.
少君怎么会再来这种邪门的法阵中？太危险了！
Naturally, it's to get you and Xiaozhang out of here. Hearing this, Cheng Feng trembles and bows again to me. He's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm here for you. This blockhead. Give him a bonk. Yeah, probably a hente about that. Yeah, probably. If you bow to me one more time, we're gonna lose our temper. Do you know that you're in danger?
从女公子口中略知一二。陈峰掉进来时，承蒙他出手相救。
If that's so, did Xiaozhang also tell you what the city is? I saw a few strange things in it just now. Cheng Feng stares at the other side of the walkway with a blank look.
城墙后浓雾重重，臣从没见过任何东西。
Did I really imagine it all? Why did the Tao Tai and the undead soldiers keep attacking the city gates?
臣不知。女公子日夜镇守城门，臣负责击杀那些爬上城墙的尸骸，没再详谈。但他说，只要击败饕餮，其力会反噬布阵之人，我们便能回去了。
Defeat the Tao Tai?
饕餮浑身邪气难破，女公子的一只朱雀为此受了重伤。
I'm pronouncing it wrong. He's saying Tao Tie. Tao Tie. Okay. Cheng Feng points to the other side of the walkway, and I see that half-dead phoenix. This whole blood-filled place starts to shake violently. Cheng Feng quickly catches hold of my shoulders. We grab onto the parapet to prevent ourselves from falling off. We look up only to see that the color of the clouds outside the city walls have changed. It seems that something has violently stirred up the clouds. Bright flashes of lightning shoot down from it, exposing strange shadows of something fierce. From the bottom of the wall comes a loud, miserable scream as a golden red column of flames leaps up to the city wall. Xiaozhang pants heavily on the back of her bird, but a smile can be seen on her lips.
吴少君，那只妖兽变弱了，我刚刚狠狠地给了它一下，破阵有望了。
It must have been Yi Guang who hurt the caster of this magical array.
这么说，那个姓施的医生果然是……
With his quick eye and reflexes, Cheng Feng hops onto the back of the bird to catch hold of the dizzy Xiaozhang.
饕餮，布阵者大概打算和我们同归于尽，再大量吸取我的魂力。
Tremors come from beneath our feet as the Tao Tie starts to climb up the wall step by step. Its human face has been torn in half, and it's missing one of its large horn. A strong smell of blood rises up those city walls with its black aura. Looks like we cannot wait for Yi Guang to break this magical array from the outside. Even with most of its head gone, it can still move.
饕餮由布阵者的巫力组成，要击败它，必须使用巫力或魂力。
We got spiritual energy.
可恶！明明现在形势正好，我却……
We got spirit energy. Yes, we do. We got spirit. How about you? Use my spiritual energy then.
吴少君，你是凡人之躯，一旦损耗了魂力，就意味着折寿啊！
少君，
Because my blood has something to do with the creation of this place, I've offered it as a sacrifice to come in and out of it. I fear that is only with the use of my spiritual energy can we defeat the Tao Tie. Xiaozhang hesitates as she looks at the badly injured phoenix.
不能让饕餮爬上城墙，姑且一试吧。
Changfeng, you don't have to worry. With Yiguang here, nothing bad will happen. Wordlessly, Changfeng pulls me up onto the back of the bird. 3 of us on a one bird! Phoenix gives a loud call before diving down the outside of the city walls. The Tao Tie angrily raises his hooves, intending to bring down the phoenix, but his injuries slow him down and the phoenix avoids it with ease.
少君，看那！
Poke it in the eye! Under the Tao Tie's elbows are 2 large eyes. Hidden in such a hard-to-find place, could this be the source of this monster's power? Xiaozhang, how can I use my spiritual energy to make a sword? You're right. It's just poking of eyes isn't my first source, but you know. Sauron. Yes, Tatsuo.
给身上开个口子就行。
I bite down on my fingertip and light comes out from the wound. Tiny little lights, like that of fireflies, come together. That big pale green fish suddenly starts to chase the light coming out of my fingertips.
看来不需要我帮忙了。
The big fish starts to emit a strong light and joins together with the lights from my fingertip to become a long, sharp sword. Changfeng takes the sword from me without saying a thing as he prepares to attack. When it comes to swordsmanship, he is better than me in leaps and bounds. Xiaozhang, distract the enemy. Changfeng, aim for the eyes under his elbow.
No!
Ew. The sword emits a dazzling light as it slashes across those eyes under the Tao Tie's elbow. The Tao Tie gives a wounded howl that rises to the sky as innumerable lightning strikes crash down. Is it starting to rain? I touch the wet droplets on my face and correct myself. It is blood. The Tao Tie's big body starts to crumble. Its blackened flesh falls into pieces with the bloody rain. The mountain of corpses start to collapse, together with the undead army. It's very similar to what had happened on Lake Tai. But I'm no longer that helpless child. The blood sacrificial array is coming to an end. Hold on to me tightly.
快躲开！
怎么会？
Tao Tie's crumbling body suddenly splits open like a mouth. Its broken bones jut out like teeth of a beast. This frightening mouth starts to open wider as an evil aura escapes from it. Tentacles shoot out like tongues and wrap themselves around us and the phoenix. Everything around us goes dark. A clear, sharp cry of a bird cuts through the darkness. Is it the half-dead phoenix? Did it resurrect? Rebirth? Yay! From the top of the city wall flies a blinding golden light. It is the half-dead phoenix that has flown in front of us. The mouth on the Tao Tie's body swallows it. Soon, a golden light breaks out from what remains of the Tao Tie's body as it catches the beautiful flames of the phoenix and starts to burn into nothing more than ashes and smoke. Yoko! Xiaozhang lets out a heartbreaking wail.
朱雀！
Xiaozhang, no! Xiaozhang is prepared to follow that phoenix into the cloud of dust and ash, but I catch her just in the nick of time. With one of the phoenix defeated, one side of the city gates starts to open. The phoenix that we are on gives a heartbreaking howl of anguish as it circles the area restlessly. You wonder what phoenix tastes like? Tastes like chicken! Blackened chicken. Even my chest starts to hurt. There's only one thought left in my mind now. We need to survive this. Yiguang! long sword in Shang Feng's hand turns back into a big pale green fish, and it rolls us up in its long tail as it flies into a crack in the sky.
水箭穿胸而过的那刻，你就已经返魂无数了。
我说过了，你救不了任何人的。
Ooh, I want us to show up. I want the last thing that he sees is that he's wrong.
血祭阵已破，我同伴的神魂也已经逃出来了。
于事无补，神却已经得到他想要的了，很快就会。
就会。
Jiguang! I'm back. But Shang Feng and Xiao Zhang have yet to wake up.
他们一个受了重伤，一个离魂多日，我们得耐心等等。
I breathe a sigh of relief and went to thank Yiguang, but behind him lies a few dead bodies of the Dragon God's followers. It's like, I'll come back. I'm sorry. You were originally a doctor that was meant to save lives.
生死难言对错，我不会为做了正确的抉择而感到愧疚。你不必向我道歉。
If I wasn't reassured by his words, then Yiguang's gentle and calm demeanor said it all. While he does not rejoice over their deaths, he also holds no sympathy for these villains. This is how Yiguang understands what justice and compassion is in his impermanence life, or in this impermanence life. In this impermanence life. I don't know what that means. As such, the atmosphere seems so heavy that while I wonder how to speak up, I hear the familiar sound of the fighting coming from behind me. Oh no! It seems that something's happened to the village.
大王，戏子，有一帮龙神信徒趁着守阵效力减弱，偷袭了我们。
Xiao Zhang and Cheng Feng.
我擅自做主，让虎贲卫重点守卫先生的房子。
Very good. Let's go back to protect the villagers. The sky is lit up. To force the villagers to evacuate, they have set the village on fire. The village men, armed with hoes and sickles, attempt to fight off the attackers who are destroying their homes. I fought side by side with them, and every time I waved my sword, the once calm sacred seal on my chest starts to burn again. Sweat and blood has long soaked through my clothes, but I cannot stop.
敌人太多了，这样硬拼下去，别说士兵，村里人也会死光的。
我可以用银线做一个临时的守阵。
Ashu, let's protect Yiguang.
你也不宜再战。
Uh-oh. Oh no! Yiguang, you're vomiting blood!
不碍事，只是之前破阵用力过度了。
My boyfriend gonna die?
待会结阵时，我顾不了你太多。
Boyfriends, y'all
拿
need to
银
get
液
it
护好
together.
自己。
The amulet. Is he so spent because he gave me this amulet, which holds half of his powers? I feel tears welling up in my eyes. A follower dressed in black comes in through the roof with a sword in hand, but before he can attack me, someone else cuts him down from behind. Bodyguard?
神风来迟了。
You awake? Sir. Boyfriend, get good. I know. Yeah. I mean, vomiting blood, it feels bad, man. I'm not saying, like, it's an ick, but it is kind of like, yo, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. He did it for us. He did it for us. But, oh, yeah, get well soon for him, though, right? Meanwhile, bodyguard boyfriend woke up from his coma. Why have you brought Xiao Zhang? It's just as well. Give her to me and go and protect Yiguang while he prepares his spells. Got the ick. We gotta dump him. He's still better than the Prime Minister character. We don't care about him. So the Dragon God's followers are indeed after Xiao Zhang and her dagger. Within moments, there were about a dozen enemies surrounding us. With a wave of his hand, Yi Guang shoots out a few silver strings that pierce some of the followers. But the enemy relentlessly takes up the positions of their fallen comrades as the wave of attacks continue. Chen Feng and Gozhan steel themselves for the worst possible outcome. Suddenly, a blinding flash of light assaults the followers' eyes as they hold their hands up to shield themselves. Then, hundreds of arrows rain down from the sky as cries of defeat surround us. Very soon, there's nothing left but the dead bodies of the followers around us. I turn around towards the light of dawn to see hundreds of soldiers standing on a hill, and in the wind flies the Ung flag. The black steed paces in front of the army as its rider's white hair catches the morning light. Oh, I was just talking shit about the Prime Minister, but I think the Prime Minister's here. Prime Minister! Oh no, I was talking shit about him and then he came to save us. I'm an asshole, I'm sorry. How dare I?
村中人等全都站在原地，煽动者格杀勿论。
The clang of weapons against armor and cries of battle from the soldiers ring throughout the village as a scarlet war chariot rushes from the valley towards us. Dang. The Dragon God's followers are almost completely annihilated. The white-haired rider gets off his horse and kneels in front of me. In all fairness, I have been gone for a long time. I like left him a note and it's like, I'll see ya, and then I left. So good for him for tracking me down. He's standing right behind me, isn't he?
陈武元，轻迎大王归吴。
Please rise, Prime Minister. It's all because you rushed here in the nick of time that we were able to see the sunrise on another day.
数天前，臣接到陈封急报，商船遭遇歹人袭击，臣便率精兵日夜兼程赶往这里。
I was actually kind of wondering if we would see the other two guys ever again. We still haven't seen the little sorcerer, but I'm sure we'll see him again. Chang Feng, well done.
是臣护卫不周，只能立刻派人传讯相国。
女公子好了吗？
Yi Guang?
夷光见过武相国，我刚刚确认过了，他的神魂已经无虞，静养一阵，便可完全苏醒。
Yo, Yi Guang, I know you were throwing up blood a second ago, but are you okay? He's just twirling his hair. It's like, I know I just threw up blood a little bit ago, but hope you don't mind.
是夷光，果然是你。你可知假死逃国，欺瞒主君，亦是重罪。
Shit like that, Prime Minister. Read the room a little bit, okay? It's like, read the room a little bit. That's why we don't like him. Plus, he's not as cute as the other ones. Prime Minister! Yi Guang saved the princess and us, so you should... Wu Zishu shoots me a stern look, and my voice falters and ceases altogether. To save Xiaozhang from danger, I had to rely on the Prime Minister to save the rest of the villagers, so I really can't argue with him.
相国，黑衣人失守127局，村人失守12局，已经清点完了。伤者34位，目前都在村中空地歇息，火势也已经扑灭。
少君，请容夷光先去救治伤者。
Saying this, Yi Guang turns around and walks in the direction of the village square. I'm left looking at his back as my visions turn slightly hazy. Black smoke can be seen rising all over the once calm and beautiful mountain village. Some of the wooden structures are now charred ruins. Heart-aching weeps and cries can be heard throughout the village. It's clear from the numbers that the soldiers reported that we've won, but no one around me seems to be happy about it. Peace cannot be found amidst chaos.
少君，一切都准备妥当了，随时可以出发。
Your wounds have not healed yet. Leave everything to the Prime Minister. You need to rest and heal up.
陈氏在补过。
All right, Chang Feng. It's fine. I already said it's fine. I don't need you be like, ooh, I'm so sorry. It's like, I believe you. I believe that you are sorry. I believe that you were sorry the 5 other times you said sorry. Let's go. Just be cute. Don't talk that way and go rest. We still need to find somebody, so you can head to the boat first.
如果这么在意他，为什么不将他带回吴国？他就在古树那边。
Let me be. Where is the King of Yue?
在遗光的家里，相国让随时听候出发的命令。
I understand. You can go now. Oh shit. Okay, let's save. And it opens his eyes. Yes, I did. It doesn't give you like a nice like you saved message, but we did it. Okay. I think who do we find? Oh, him. He's cute too, but him. But I think this is where we call it. This is our cliffhanger branching path moment. So we will end for tonight. But thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this story, and I'm happy to learn that we don't have to stop at chapter 10 anymore. So we're only on chapter 6. So don't worry about it. Night. Thank you so much. My next stream is tomorrow on Irium. I will be there for Study Buddies lunch, and then later in the evening I'll do Yappity Yap on Irium as well. So I'll hope to see y'all then. Okay. Bye. Night.